There's something really special about getting a gift or going to a party where things have been DIY'd. And what more of a special occasion to DIY things than at your very own wedding? I'm joined in studio by Genevieve and Tahida, who are from justsayyes.co.za. It's the online portal with absolutely everything you need to know about weddings. They're joining me in studio to talk us through some DIY wedding tips and to show us how to do it ourselves. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Now, Genevieve, talk to us about DIYs and weddings. Is this something that we're seeing a lot of people doing?
We definitely are. It's definitely growing. It's a huge trend at the moment. I think not just for budget purposes, but just because people kind of feel that it gives their wedding that personal touch. So it is something we're seeing quite often now.
But Tahida, when you're planning a wedding, it's just so overwhelming when you think about all the things you have to do. Is it really that daunting to DIY your wedding or elements of your wedding?
You know what, once you start, it becomes so much more fun and you just feel really engaged and involved with everything that you're doing, that it doesn't become as daunting. Before you know it, you're done. You've completed all your DIY tasks.
And I suppose it's a good opportunity to rope in your mom and your mom-in-law and your
Definitely.
bridesmaids.
You can keep their hands
All of your
busy.
friends, yeah.
Right. Now, flowers are a massive part of a wedding, and I think a lot of people are concerned that if they DIY their own flowers, it's going to end up looking amateurish. Now, is this the case?
I think it is the case, but it's something we are seeing a lot is that the weddings aren't so fancy anymore, over the top and too perfect. It's actually nicer to have something more casual and, like I said before, to have a wedding with your own personal touch. So just picking out your own flowers and arranging them yourself is a great way to get involved.
And of course, it saves you money.
Yeah, it does, which is at this stage a really important part of planning a wedding because it can become so costly.
Yeah.
And I think brides are at that point now where they want to have fun with it, they want to enjoy it. And I guess if you're a type A personality, you wouldn't be either DIYing your own wedding ideas or handing everything over to a planner. So I guess it's a bit tricky.
So talk to us about some ways in which we can do our own flowers.
Okay, for summer it's a really big trend for the flower crowns for bride or her bridesmaids or the flower girls. In most cases you would want to use some fresh flowers, obviously, because it's the season for that. You would then take either an Alice band or you could use a wreath and then just measure the circumference of your head so that you have the perfect size. You would take some flowers and wire and then just start planting the flowers around the headband in the style that you like. There's so many ways and ideas, but you obviously know exactly what you want. So you decorate the wreath or the Alice band and then just tie it with a piece of wire or some flower ribbon. Once all of that is secure, you can add extra little touches by adding baby breath, which is a really beautiful flower to add in for flower crowns, and just zhuzh it up with lots of color.
And like I said before, it's not about being perfect, so don't worry if it looks a little bit messy. That's actually the better way.
Right. So let's look at what you've got here. Obviously, these are not
This
real
is
flowers.
not real flowers. Those you would have to DIY on the day of your wedding so that
Yeah.
they are fresher for longer. You can also use fabric flowers like what we have over there. You would just choose your favorite colors, obviously the color scheme that you're going for. Get a small piece of felt. You'll see at the back over there, they've just cut little circles of felt.
Okay.
And then glue it onto an Alice band, and it's as easy as that.
I think even I could do that.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's a great task to give your little flower
Bridesmaids.
girls, your bridesmaids, yeah.
Now let's speak a little bit about table flowers. Is that something that we can DIY?
Definitely.
Where do you start?
Again.
Where do you get the flowers?
So you would go to your florist, just your local florist, but one thing we're also seeing again is just that rustic wildflower look. So pick a bunch of your favorite flowers and just kind of arrange them in like an arrangement you would enjoy. Cute little jars and vases that you've collected from your house. You don't need to have everything store-bought. If you have a collection at home, you can use that and just arrange it and place them on all the tables.